Hiya folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the ThiEYE DR X mini quadcopter drone. Right, okay, this looks quite interesting. I think in many respects it might be like some of the other mobile selfie platforms that we've seen of late. I don't see this being any different, but it does intrigue me. I like this frame here where it looks really naked, the naked frame approach. I really do prefer that. It looks nice. It took my eye, no pun intended there, and I thought I would get it. Right, so nice little magnetised box there. That's quite sweet. Right, okay, open it up. This is what you get. Manual on top. Huge manual on top. Okay, we'll look at that in a bit. Then you get two of your propeller guards there. Then underneath this little plastic box, this is what you see. Look at that. That looked quite nice. That looked quite menacing. So then we also get the charger cable, which is micro USB, as well as a standard rechargeable battery, and what looks like some spare propellers. Yep, there we go. Excellent. And that's everything inside the box. So let's put this to one side for now, and let's concentrate on this. Look at that. That's really quite nice. I like the style. Reminds me of some really basic 3D printing. I like this sort of, all these different angles in here really do appeal to me for some reason. I don't know why. I really like it. It has that rustic old school sort of look to it. Really does look nice. So at the front we have two eyes. I'm pretty sure they might glow by the look of it. Not 100% sure, but we'll see when the battery goes in. We have a camera, 1080p HD camera at the bottom there. Unfortunately, no frames a second are given with this particular model, so we're going to have to see whether it is at standard 25-26 frames a second or if it's going to drop down lower. It's probably going to be around about the 17 to 18 frames a second mark, but we'll double check that whenever we do take her out. Then we have the eyes, as we looked at. Then we have this lovely red body. Now it does feel really plasticky, it does feel really quite light. There isn't really a lot to it. I think if you came down hard on concrete, it may survive one or two little crashes, but ultimately you might find it scuffs. On the one side we have the manufacturer's name, ThiEYE, and then on the other side we have nothing. Then working our way to the back, this is where we have the battery, as well as we have a micro SD card slot in there by the look of it, and as well as we have the micro USB charger there also. Now, working underneath, this is where we have the on and off button. We have the optical flow sensor here as well as a couple of other aeration holes on the underside there, keeping the electronics nice and cool. I like this. Look at this naked approach here. These little holes here serve no purpose by the look of it. They just look like they're just see-through holes. There's nothing in there whatsoever. See that? You can see my hand through there at all. There's nothing there. But I like it. It appeals. It looks quite it looks industrial. That's the word I'm looking for. It looks industrial, and I appreciate that. And then if we flip it back over, we have our 4 brushed motors here then holding that in place. Now you are right in thinking there's no transmitter. This is controlled via a smartphone app, a lot like the Tello, a lot like the Xiaomi MiTu as well. Right. Weight wise, what are we looking at? Well, let's just get the battery in the back for the time being. Let's just place her in there, just so we can get an accurate figure. Its flying weight is 84 grams, so it's well under that 250 gram limit for a lot of places, which makes it a very good candidate. And also you have your optical flow, as well as you have your altitude hold with your barometer. That ensures you stay at a particular height and stay as steady as possible. So you might get quite a bit of stability out of this, hopefully. Right, now let's put that to one side. Let's have a little look at this battery. Standard battery, 3.7 volt, 650 milliamp hour battery. Flight time is between 6 and 8 minutes. Also, it charges in 2 hours. Now, there is one thing to note. See this little bit of cell tape on the end here? You're going to have to take that off before you plug in the battery, or you're going to find this quadcopter is not going to start up. So, there we are. Let's take a little bit off, and that is all you need to do. You have the forward arrows as well, and the way that it goes in is with those forward arrows up, so that when it does eventually go in here, you can see these little nubbins at the end here just click in as easy as that. Now, as we've got the battery in, let's turn her on. Have we got any? Oh, we've got an LED light at the bottom there, little red LED light, and that's it. Those eyes are not LEDs. Okay, let's knock that off again. Oh no, they are LEDs. They just flash blue. Takes a little while to warm up. So let me just turn it back on again. And then once it's on, yeah, it's on. You should see these eyes start to flash blue. in a little while, but just to show you that they are actually LEDs. There we are. Sweet. Okay, that's good. So at least you got your orientation lights with these LEDs as well. Whether or not they're going to be of use at distance, I don't know. As for distance, it is rated to be able to do 100 meters. I'm going to call that, and I'm going to say no. Honestly, I would halve that, 50 meters, and then you'll be lucky when you're outside. Indoors, you haven't got the environmental factors bearing down on her. Outdoors, you from before testing the Tello and everything else, you can get ranges of up to that, but only if you use third-party repeaters. I don't think this is going to be able to do 100 meters straight off the bat. I'm going to have that at 50, and even then I think I'm being overly generous. Right, you also get your micro USB cable, and you get your propeller guards. Now, should you want your propeller guards on, it's quite simple. They just bolt on to the motors there, just giving you this sort of look, which looks quite nice. I don't know what it is about this. I think it's the industrial shape. I think it's the angles. All in all, just making a very, very nice looking quad. Oh, look at that. It is. It's the industrial look. And I like that a lot. Look at that. You can't go wrong with the look of it. I think it looks really, really, really good. And quite different to a lot of what we've actually seen in the past couple of weeks and months. Then we've got our 4 spare propellers here. They are push-on propellers. So should you want to use them, you just pull them up and then put them back on, and they just clip off and clip on, as easy as that. Then we have our manual. Now our manual is in multiple languages. Let's look at the front of it. In the front you have the English part, which basically goes in. You're probably not going to be able to see this very well because the light here is quite garish, but it goes into a lot of different details, including your QR code for iOS and for Android, including how to remove the propellers, what's in the packaging, what each of the quadcopter parts does. It's actually worth quite a bit of a read. Now, as for the English, to remove a propeller guard, place your finger and thumb. With your thumb, gently apply a twisting force to the lip that protrudes from the propeller guard where it wraps around the landing gear. That's actually worded very, very well. And when you do connect this to the app, the password is 12345678. Just letting you know. So there we go. There's that. So I think what the next thing to do, my friends, is let's have a little look at that app and see exactly what it is that's got going for it. Okay, so when you open your app, this is what you first see. First of all, the app is called ThiEYE DR X. You'll find the QR codes for it in the manual. So when you open it up, this is what you see. So you have your safety instructions, you have your flight emergency, you have your settings, your updates, and about us. Then when you're ready, you can click fly. You have 3 other buttons down the bottom: album, tutorials, and novice must read. So if you are a novice, click this. Have a read about everything that it wants to take you through. You can just have a little proper read. It looks a lot like the manual, just in digital form, which is quite good. Then click fly, and then the app then hopefully should twist itself into a landscape orientation. Go on. There we go. And then once you're ready, you should obviously be connected to Wi-Fi as well. This is what you'll see. So you have your settings button at the top. Then you have your 360 flip, you have your calibration button, emergency stop, whether your SD card is installed or not. You have your, I'm not sure what that is there. That could be your signal. Oh no, your signal is there. I'll have to have a little look at this and see what those numbers are at the top there when we are actually flying. I've got a feeling it could be your longitude and latitude, but I'll have a little look at that and see what's going on. You have your battery meter, you have your takeoff button. You also have your left and right analog sticks here, which is your standard layout. So as you move along, you've got full access to move your quadcopter whichever way that you want to without any issues whatsoever. Then you've got your 2 buttons at the bottom: take video and take photo as well. Quite a basic looking app, but this is what I like. It's quite reminiscent of the Tello, quite reminiscent of the Xiaomi MiTu. All in all, it's quite basic and it's a fair, and honestly those apps are generally the best. Okay, so let's come out of this and let's have a rundown of everything that we've got so far with this package. Okay, so just before we run through everything, there are a couple of amendments I want to go through. It does say on the back of the box that the frame rate per second is 30. Now we're going to test that and see whether or not that is 30 frames a second. A lot of manufacturers claim that and it doesn't even reach that, but we'll have a little look. Also, The SD card type that has to go in here is a class 10. It won't work with anything else. An SD card is not included, it has to be class 10. If you use, like me, class 10 all the time, you're not going to have an issue. If you don't, go out, have a little look and see if you can get some class 10s there. They definitely are worth the extra couple of quid. Alright then folks, thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers, I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time my friends, happy flying.